you know, we're going to go to Ghana. So that's how they will grow to love it. And when they go, they can see it from their own eyes, not what the school will show them on the TV. One example I'll give of this is that I then said, I remember how I fell in love with Ghana. I'm going to do that with my children. So once I got my job and we were financially okay as a couple to be going to Ghana, because it is expensive, I took my children to Ghana every year. And my child now was in school, and they showed Africa is poor, there's no water, there's nothing. And she stood up and said, no, miss, it's not like that. You know? And she said to me, Mom, why do they show that? I know this place is poor, but also when you look in England, there's also kids that also go through poverty. So why are they showing me that in school? But that's because she knows who she is, and I've shown her who she is, and I've shown her that there's also good in Ghana, without ignoring that there still is area for development in Ghana where she can help in the future. Yeah. So that's where we are now. So why, you may ask, why is my daughter in Ghana and why is my husband there? So my husband set up a business. So my husband, I met him in Ghana, he came here, he set up his business. And his business is doing, by God's grace, really well. So he's going to his 7th year in October. One of the things is that with here, he was employing and to employ one person, 2 people, and here, then they'll leave and whatever. And one thing I've always had is because of my love for Ghana, I was like, one day I want to, we need to go to Ghana. And I said, you know what you're doing, your job, because it's behind your computer, it's recruitment. There's people, young people in Ghana that will benefit from the job and they will appreciate the opportunity. And he was like, are you sure? And I said, yes, they can do exactly what you're doing and they will appreciate the opportunities that wouldn't probably be given to them by anyone else. So we've been going to Ghana. So I left that with him to think and let it think. So we've been going to Ghana every year for the holidays, and during lockdown, we got stuck there by accident. No, we didn't. So during lockdown, we went for Christmas, and then obviously the 3rd lockdown, I think, happened. So we were there for 3 to 4 months with the whole family, including my dad. And as you know, the kids were out of school, school was locked, and I decided, you know what, let's try and look what school's there. So they went to a school, and I did a British curriculum for 3 months. My 5-year-old son and my 10-year-old daughter then went to a school there, and they loved it. My daughter was coming home and telling me about the different tribes in Ghana.
Water, if you want.
Oh, thank you. My daughter was coming home telling me about the different tribes in Ghana, and I was like, wow. She said the teachers look like me. It was just beautiful. And although the school it was good, but in the new school, it wouldn't be the one that I would choose for long term, but we had tried it and thought actually this could work. So what we did is that we then started beginning to tour different schools. So I looked in the area and we decided to look at what schools would be good if we did plan. Because what I would advise is that if you're planning to go to Ghana, don't just wait till the opportunity's not just going to come one day and say, oh, let's go now. You have to look. Don't wait till you're ready. Just look. Just go look at houses. Don't wait till it's just look. Open your eyes, see what's there. So we looked at about 4 or 5 different schools, and then we found one. They were all very good for the all different reasons, but there was one that said, when we are ready, this is the one they will go to. So then that's when my husband then, what I left with him, he then said, okay, I think I'm going to go to Ghana and I'm going to go and employ during lockdown. And he did interviews here on Zoom. And he went, he did his assessment day, and he employed 4 young children, graduates that have been out of work for nearly 3 to 4 years. One of them used to sell tomatoes with her mum, and she didn't have a job. Some of them were crying when they got the job. He's now got a staff of 7 young graduates, and he's given them the opportunity. He's paying them a competitive salary and giving them a lot of rewards and bonuses for what they are doing, and they are very intelligent young people. And that's what I would encourage. So just like speakers have previously said, is that there is so much that we can do here to bring value into Ghana. So if it's a job opportunity, you can give people, that's it. If it's business, if it's teaching, if you've done medicine, whatever it is, it's our seeds that we get on this land, we are then supposed to carry it forward and take it to Ghana. And that's what I would encourage. So when we see something, we can't just keep looking at, oh, the politicians, this, that. What do you have in you that you can take back home and sow a seed into our country? Yes. Yeah? One of the things I also like about moving to Ghana is that the quality of life. Someone would think, what do you mean quality of life? There's no this, there's no that. But, one minute. When you have the means and you've done the right planning, your quality of life can be very good. And I don't mean necessarily villas and this and whatever. I just mean it can be comfortable. Yeah? So for example, you can have a driver, you can have someone that will help you cook, you can have someone that help look at it, and your quality of life, not like here where we're trying to do everything ourselves, run it as a mother, running left, right, and center, or whatever. So with the right planning in place, the quality of life can be good. Yeah? So at the moment, my daughter has someone that cooks food for her. You know, well, she'll come home, ask what she wants, she has something prepared for her. But that hasn't been something that we've just decided. We've done the planning for several years, and now it's in place, and it's working. Yeah? So put things in place. One of the things I also say is you need trusted people in Ghana. Yeah? And that's not because it's Ghana. It's like here, we all need trusted people around us. It's not just anyone you do business with or you trust with your children or family. So it's the same in Ghana, not because it's Ghana, but that's just how it is in the world. Yeah. So you need to trusted people. So when you're going on holiday, like it says in the book that Adwoa has lovely written, is when you're going to Ghana, start connecting. You know, you go there, you enjoy yourself, but that's not just it. Start saying what things are going on, you know, what networking things are going on in Ghana, who can I connect with, make friends with some of the business owners there, different people, because your network is your network, just like it is here, yeah? So those are the people that, you know, when you need something, they'll help you. So, you know, when you say, oh, I don't know where to get this, just like if someone was to visit you here in the UK, you'll be able to recommend them where to go. It's the same in Ghana. They'll be able to recommend a trustworthy place and be able to let you know if you're about to be cheated or it's not the right decision. Yeah? And that's not just because it's Ghana. I'm not going to say because Ghana is like that everywhere. Okay? Ghana can be expensive, so I would definitely say that that's because you pay for everything. Not like here. So, but with the right planning, that's where you think about what means of income am I going to be having in Ghana. So whether it's a business I set up or, you know, a profession that you want to do, a career, you need to be looking at new means of income streams coming in, because with Ghana, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Your car can break down and whatever. These things, you need to quickly sort it, and it's a lot of money. School fees, those type of things. So yeah, those are the things. One thing I've noticed is that, and I'm speaking to Adwoa about it, is that I think one of the reasons why we probably don't look at Ghana as somewhere that, oh, I can move from, is because some people are coming from a place of trauma from Ghana. So, you know, like my parents or my grandparents come here for greener pastures because things were not easy in Ghana. You know, they were trying to, you know, get money. My husband himself came from a poor background, and he, you know, sometimes he wouldn't have money to get, you know, food, and, you know, you have to walk to school and all this. But that trauma, understandably, you're thinking, my kids, we're going to go back there. But that's not the full picture of Ghana. Yeah? That's your traumatic experience, but then there's more to it. And that's where, if you feel that, you know, there was nothing for mothers then, or this was my experience, that's where probably you can sow a seed. Yeah? When you go, I lost my train of thought. I like the point of the thing where we were talking about, you were saying that we like to show the bad of Ghana. And one of the things is that, I always say is that don't show out, you wouldn't put your dirty linen outside. Yeah? So when we're talking to people, always, that also is our mindset as well. When you are talking to people, oh, Ghana this, Ghana that, that type of thing. Get your mindset ready. Think, okay, what is it? And when you're talking to people, when you go to Ghana, you come back, and people ask, how is Ghana? Talk about the positive. Get yourself ready into thinking positively about Ghana. Other thing I want to talk about was start watching like YouTube videos, people, because everyone's experience is different. One thing I'll say is that my experience is based on my experience as a mother with children. That's what works for us. So maybe if you are a smaller family or a single person, you need to look at what works for you. So definitely, that is something that you have to go there and try. You go there, like you said, you have to take a year out, or when you're going on holiday, just try and see what would work for you. Like, okay, I like this. I don't like to drive when I'm in Ghana. So you need to be thinking, okay, so if I'm living here, when I need a driver, and you start thinking, do your research on all these things. So, in conclusion, was it a good decision? Yes, it was. My daughter was due to go to high school this September, and I remember high school, she got accepted here, and I went in the room and I was like, no, it was not diverse enough, and I just knew what I was putting her into, if we'd be honest, as people living here. And she absolutely loved it when she was in Ghana for 3 months. And I knew that the education system is even better in Ghana if you choose the right school. Example of that is when she got the school that we chose, they had to do an assessment before she went. She was 3 years behind from the education that she was doing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then my husband went back, and then I remember my oldest son saw her work, and my daughter was like, and my oldest son said, I've just learned that, and my oldest son is like 7 years older than him. So then my husband got on the phone to the lady that was doing the test with us, saying, how can you give this to this poor girl? How can you, madam, how can you give this to poor girl? And then she said, no, that's it. He said, we have the UK children here. That's what she said. They all come in, they are behind. I even beg the parents when they say they're taking their kids to the UK, that they shouldn't do it. Okay? So if you choose the right school, they're advanced. Right now, she's doing extracurricular activities. She's doing guitar, swimming, French, all those things. And one thing is the values as well. Our values, the values we are teaching them in the house. The same kids in the school are having the same values. So she sees a friend and they think, oh, I'm going to church on Sunday, and and I'm not saying they're not going to see bad behavior or anything, but the values, our values as Ghanaian people, as black people, as whatever your faith is, it's there. So my child now, I know she's home. Yeah, she's home. And she tells me, and I always tease her, you sure you don't want to come back? No, Mom, I'm not coming back to that. Thank you. So yeah, so that's it. Thank you very much.